Rad Flicks, Falliday Family Movie Marathon. Do you got the guts?
Welcome to the Rad Flicks Falliday Family Movie Marathon. Happy Fallidays. My name is Joe. These are just opinions. I am Joepinionated. Get ready for the Family Movie Marathon in the month of October. Finally, a family movie marathon for the Fallidays. I mean, what are the Fallidays? That's what's happening now. Nowadays, Halloween is an event, and it's celebrated around the globe. It used to just be the day of Halloween, really, when a lot of decorations went up, things like that. Now you're seeing pumpkins and tombstones in yards as early as September. Nice thing about October, spooky movies, is that there's a ton of them. We're putting out 30 today. There'll be some other alternatives as well. If you can't make that movie happen that night, there'll be some other options for you to try to stick with it. 31 shows, 31 days, the Falliday Family Movie Marathon. Are you able to do it? If you are, put some comments below. Like my channel. There's no swearing in this episode. There is swearing in many other episodes. But it's the Fallidays. You can't be swearing during the Fallidays. If you're into the rated R stuff, there's another episode for that. But this stuff is PG-13, PG, and G. Family-friendly stuff. And we're going to have a movie a day. So we're going to start with October the 1st. And October 1st, we're looking into a classic. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, 1966, directed by Bill Menendez, starring Peter Robbins as Charlie Brown, Christopher Shea as Linus, Lucy, Sally, the whole gang. If you can't get to all 31, might as well start off on October 1st with this banger. It's about Linus waiting for the arrival of the mythical Great Pumpkin on Halloween night, much to the skepticism of his friends. I love the bag full of rocks trick-or-treating. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Next up on the Falliday Marathon, family friendly. October 2nd, we're going with 1986's Labyrinth. That one's directed by Jim Henson, story by Dennis Lee and Jim Henson, screenplay by Terry Jones from Monty Python, starring David Bowie. Labyrinth. It's kind of a weird one, so I think it works for Halloween time, kind of a little bit spooky, a little bit of adventure, bit of suspense. On October 2nd, we're watching Labyrinth. The music's great, obviously, David Bowie. Next up from 1984 on October the 3rd, for the Family Movie Marathon here, the Fallidays Family Movie Marathon. Happy Fallidays. Hope you're enjoying the fall holidays. Might as well make the most out of it. What else are you going to do in October? So it actually made the Christmas Movie Marathon on this channel, Joepinionated. Have a look at that as well. There's also no swearing in that episode. But this is the Fallidays. Also no swearing in this episode. The next movie up from 1984, directed by Joe Dante. It's Gremlins. This one was also written by Chris Columbus. Chris Columbus directed Home Alone and also directed the first couple of Harry Potter movies, and he wrote Gremlins and Goonies. Gremlins. More almost a Christmas movie, but it's kind of like a kid's monster movie. My daughter loves it, so shout out to her. I hope that you guys like it too. A little bit spooky, a little bit, yeah. Gremlins is going to be a fun one on the 3rd. Next up, October 4th. From director Ivan Reitman, we're going with Ghostbusters. There's an alternative. You can watch any other Ghostbusters. You can watch the new ones. You can watch Ghostbusters 2, where that pink ooze is flowing through the city. Or you can watch the original. 10 out of 10. Fantastic. It's pretty funny. Some little kids won't really like it that much. Obviously, it's got some sort of a little bit of spooky stuff going on with people levitating and the gargoyle. Incredibly funny moments with Rick Moranis and Bill Murray and the whole crew, Dan Aykroyd. I'm pretty sure Dan Aykroyd wrote Ghostbusters. So Ghostbusters 1984 has been featured in many other Rad Flicks episodes on this channel. Be sure to check out all the Rad Flicks series. This one's featured in the Family Movie Night comedy series, the 1984 episode. It's all over the place. Ghostbusters. October 5th, next movie up. Directed by Frank Oz. The movie is Little Shop of Horrors. This one has Steve Martin, Vincent Gardenia, Ellen Green, and of course Rick Moranis. It's a musical comedy horror. See, this guy discovers a mysterious plant that thrives on blood. And it's a musical, so great tunes in it. On October 5th, Little Shop of Horrors. October the 6th, directed by Fred Decker. This one's more for teenagers. From 1987, it's Monster Squad. Some of the jokes have not aged too well. It's a little bit dated, but at the same time, if the kids are little, this isn't for them. And I think that those are truly the ones that might actually make it through the Rad Flicks Falliday Family Movie Marathon. Can you do it? Can you dig it? Monster Squad. October 7th, from director Tim Burton, we're going with 1988's Beetlejuice. Alternative, you can watch any Beetlejuice, because now there's two. Or the old cartoon Beetlejuice is actually really good too. I love that show, actually. I used to watch that quite a bit as a kid, the cartoon. This one starring Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Winona Ryder. It's one of Tim Burton's first. It's made many lists again, 1988, Tim Burton list. So check out some other episodes on this channel too. Remember, like, comment, subscribe below. Let us know how far you go. October the 8th, from Emil Ardolino. The movie is Little Monsters. From 1989, this one stars Fred Savage. It's a movie about a boy that discovers monsters under his bed. He ends up meeting Maurice, and he's a nice monster. Maurice takes Brian, that's Fred Savage's character, into the monster world. And Little Monsters, it's not too scary, honestly. It's pretty cool. Fred Savage, obviously, peaking in his Wonder Years fame in 1989. Did a lot of kids' movies around that time. The Wizard was around that time. And Wonder Years, greatest kids' TV show of all time. Up next, October 9th, next movie in the Rad Flicks Falliday Family Movie Marathon. 31 movies, 31 nights, the month of October. These Fallidays, let's take it easy. Next, directed by Nicholas Roeg, The Witches. And The Witches based on the classic Roald Dahl book. Who didn't grow up with those? Even though it was like a little bit edgy, a little scary, I guess, at the time. I was a kid. Still thought it was pretty cool. And definitely a family favorite around the house here. Watching The Witches. Angelica Houston, starring Angelica Houston as the Grand High Witch. That's October the 9th, The Witches. And October the 10th, from 1990, it's Tim Burton's Edward Scissorhands. Now, normally I call this one an October movie, a November movie. I usually say this one's a November movie, but it's kind of creepy. It's kind of easy. It's kind of cool. We got another Tim Burton here right off the hop. He's really great at doing spooky. It's kind of spooky. It's just a neat, sort of family-friendly, weird character. So I think it's a good one for most kids. October, and if you don't get this one in October, then maybe in November. The alternate for this one is actually Frankenweenie. He originally made it and then remade it a few years later. Winona Ryder, Johnny Depp, Diane Wiest. On October 11th, it's a bit spooky, so maybe this isn't for everyone. We'll go with Arachnophobia, directed by Frank Marshall, starring Jeff Daniels, John Goodman. He plays Delbert. And it's a horror comedy. Might not be for everyone. Might get your kids afraid of spiders, I guess. But for the teenagers, you can handle this one. It's Arachnophobia, and we're watching that one on October the 11th. October the 12th, 1991's The Addams Family. Obviously, you can watch Addams Family Values. You can watch any of the other ones. This one's directed by Barry Sonnenfeld. Addams Family, 1991. Also been featured many times on Rad Flicks. Based off the old TV show. There's that new Wednesday show. You can watch any one of those things, Addams Family related. And that's on October the 12th. On October 13th, getting closer. This time we're watching Ernest Scared Stupid from 1991. Ernest Scared Stupid is probably my third favorite Ernest movie. Jim Varney, I used to like his shows when I was a little guy. The Christmas one really holds up. Ernest Goes to Camp, when I was a kid, I thought it was hilarious. Ernest Scared Stupid's just a easy watching, family-friendly Halloween movie. There's not enough family lists out there, period. I do have some family lists, greatest family movies of the 80s and greatest family movies of the 90s on this channel. And in the Rad Flicks series, for every year, we actually feature family movies. So we have a category called Family Movie Night. Up next, October the 14th, directed by Kenny Ortega from 1993. It's Hocus Pocus. October the 14th. Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, Sarah Jessica Parker. There's candles of everyone in the crew around our house, decorations, one of our family's favorite movies, and now yours, if you haven't seen it. There's a sequel that came out that's great too. That's your alternate. It's a family Falliday classic, Hocus Pocus. Up next, from 1993, we're going to make this a Halloween movie in this marathon. It's The Nightmare Before Christmas. In our family, we watch Nightmare Before Christmas usually on October the 1st. And then again when carving pumpkins, and then again, and then again, and then again. The soundtrack is spinning the month of October. This one and the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I was going to put on this list. If you have seen this movie and you haven't seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show, because it also has a competing soundtrack. It was one of the best October Fallidays soundtracks. It's the Rocky Horror Picture Show. then that's the movie to watch. But it is rated R. And that's why I took it off this list. Back to Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it a Christmas movie? Is it a Halloween movie? Danny Elfman. And it's got Danny Elfman as the voice of Jack, or singing for Jack. So that's really cool. On October 15th, we're watching The Nightmare Before Christmas. October 16th, directed by Brad Silverberg, we're watching Casper. I think there's some sequels as well, some newer ones. I'm talking about the one from 1995, starring Christina Ricci and Bill Pullman. The Rad Flicks Movie Marathon, October 16th, we're watching Casper, or a variation of. Casper honestly makes me think of those old McDonald's glow-in-the-dark toys for the kids and stuff like that. It's an easy one, and they might just fall in love with Casper because he's cool. The Friendly Ghost. Up next, it's another kind of creepy movie. Not quite a horror movie. Rated PG. From 1984, we're going with The Never Ending Story. A movie about this boy who's trying to stop the nothing. He gets this magic book that tells him all about this crazy warrior. He gets involved in The Never Ending Story. This movie used to kind of creep me out a little bit as a kid. It is rated PG. And it's a bit dated now, so it's almost okay for most kids to check this one out. If you're old enough, the alternative is actually rated R as well, and it's The Craft. The Craft is the next movie. It's an alternative for the older ones. I think most teenagers can handle The Craft. This one for the family movie night is The Never Ending Story. Next on the Rad Flicks Falliday Family Movie Marathon, Happy Fallidays, 1997, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. Kiki's Delivery Service. There will be Studio Ghibli movies every year of the Falliday Family Movie Marathon. So get ready to be introduced to these movies because, in my opinion, they're just as good as the Disney classics. Incredible art. It is family friendly, full of values, creative, beyond all measures, beyond anything that's coming out from North America at the time and really ever. These are some of the best animated movies of all time. Kiki's Delivery Service. Kiki, she's a young witch in training, so she's flying a broom around. She goes on a trip to find her independence, hone her magical skills. She moves to a seaside town where she starts a delivery service using her flying abilities, along with her talking cat. Kiki's Delivery Service is rad, and that's why it's in Rad Flicks Falliday Family Movie Marathon. And they're all on Netflix, so check that out. If you have Netflix, easy. October the 19th, directed by Brad Silverberg, we're watching Lemony Snicket's, a series of unfortunate events based on the fantastic books starring Emily Browning, Liam Aiken, Jim Carrey, Count Olaf. Short stories tied together, kind of a weird movie. We'll go Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events. Up next, October 20th, we're going from 2004, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. In my house, this is definitely the best Harry Potter. I think it kind of wins. It's probably one of the creepier ones. From the first four anyways, this is the creepiest. Gotta have some Harry Potter in there. Alternatives, any Harry Potter movie. But wizards, they're fantastic stories and incredible movies, especially the first two are Chris Columbus, like I said earlier, and Harry Potter on October 20th. October 21st, we're watching The Haunted Mansion from 2003. This one stars Marsha Thomason and Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's a real estate agent, takes his family to a mysterious mansion to sell it. What happens is in the title. It's called The Haunted Mansion. Up next, the Rad Flicks Falliday Family Movie Marathon. We're getting closer to Halloween now. On October 22nd, we're watching 2002's Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, doo-doo. And any variation. There's many Scooby-Doo Halloween episodes, cartoons, things of that nature. I'm talking about the real movie here. On October 23rd, we're going back to Hayao Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli, 2001's masterpiece. One of the greatest animated movies of all time, if not the greatest. Spirited Away. Spirited Away is kind of creepy. It's a Japanese anime masterpiece, maybe the best of all time. It's the one that got me into the genre. This movie's kind of eerie. It's kind of creepy. So have an open mind going in and get ready, just because they don't follow the exact same script set of rules that we're used to. The next generation with this movie, Spirited Away, it's that good. On October 24th, we're going with Nick Park and Steve Box. If you know those names, then you know who Wallace and Gromit are. This is Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Gromit, wear my techno trousers. Used to love all three of the original shorts, A Close Shave, The Wrong Trousers, A Grand Day Out. Watched those quite a bit as a kid. When this one came out, we definitely watched it quite a few times around the house here. I've seen this one many times. Up next, speaking of the genre, on October the 25th, we're watching The Corpse's Bride from director Tim Burton and Mike Johnson, Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, Emily Watson, Tracey Ullman. This is a movie about Victor who accidentally marries the corpse's bride while practicing his wedding vows. And it's one of my daughter's favorites. She definitely wanted me to say that. Shout out. And she loves Studio Ghibli too. It's a big one. October the 26th on a Rad Flicks Falliday Marathon, Family Movie Marathon. October 26th, we're watching a creepy one. It's Coraline, directed by Henry Selick. Coraline, the one with the buttons for eyes, opens the secret door. I remember for whatever reason, I didn't seek this one out. I just started watching it, or it started playing after another show, I believe. I think that's what it was. Started playing after another show ended. It was really good. Coraline is very creative. Coraline, October 26th on the Family Movie Marathon. Brought to you by Rad Flicks. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know if you're doing it. Let us know if you're going to take part, and keep us up to date on what you've watched. There's also a playlist for all the trailers for every movie mentioned in this episode in the comments below, or it's on our channel, and it'll have this video at the start and then all the trailers right below. October 27th from Shane Acker, we're watching the movie 9. This one stars Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood plays 9. It's like a post-apocalyptic world where these like sentient like doll-like beings known as Stitch Punks fight for survival against machines. So anyways, yeah, they all have different numbers stitched into their back. Certainly an original. October 29th, we're going from 2012's Hotel Transylvania. Kevin James, Selena Gomez, Andy Samberg, and Adam Sandler. There's some sequels. You can check those out too as alternatives if this one's not happening for you. Maybe you've seen this one too many times. October 29th, get ready to watch another Adam Sandler movie. It's Hubie Halloween from 2020. Once again, starring Kevin James, Adam Sandler. Hubie is like an earnest but clumsy dude. He's the laughingstock of his town, but he takes his role as Halloween monitor seriously. We're not just watching all old movies, are we? No, we got some new ones thrown in here too. If I could, it would just be straight 80s and 90s, but those episodes are already on this channel on Rad Flicks. October 30th, one day left, we're going to watch The Muppets Haunted Mansion. Family fun, easy. This one came out in 2021. Well done. Muppets, did they ever miss? I'm not sure that they did. Obviously created by Jim Henson, but the legacy lives on and it's still great. And I think it's still almost like a homage to Henson, Frank Oz, guys like that. Now, happy Halloween. It's October 31st now. While going out trick-or-treating, having a family, great night, having some fun, watching some fireworks. Whatever it is you do, bonfire, bobbing for apples. Does that happen anymore? I actually like those little like old school molasses candies with the orange Halloween wrappers. But it's Halloween night, and usually my tradition around this house anyways was always to come home and watch the new episode of The Simpsons Treehouse of Terror, Treehouse of Horror, and that's what we're going to do. My suggestions for Treehouse of Horror, they're all, I believe, on Disney. The new one, if you can. If you don't catch that, my suggestions are from 1994, the episode about The Shining, Treehouse of Horror 5 from 1993, Treehouse of Horror 4, that's the devil and Homer Simpson, where Homer sells his soul to the devil. 1995, Treehouse of Horror 6, the attack of the 50-foot eyesores. Episode 7 from 96, that's The Thing and I. Bart discovers he has a conjoined twin. My last suggestion, fifth suggestion for Treehouse of Horror would be the third one from 1992, Krusty the Clown Doll, the cursed one. And that's it. So we made it through the Fallidays Family Movie Marathon here on Rad Flicks. Just want to remind you to like, comment, subscribe below in the comments. Some other family-friendly movie lists on the channel as well. Check those out. We'll be back next Fallidays for an all-new Family Movie Marathon here on Rad Flicks. Remember to check us out too. Come December. There's the Christmas movie marathon from last year still floating around on this channel. Go back and check that out, or come and join us again. That'll be starting the night after Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, and that's when the Christmas movie marathon begins. So Thanksgiving, I hope you enjoy your turkey and watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. If you're going to watch anything for Thanksgiving, happy Fallidays to you and yours. Why not? What else are you going to do in October? I'm sorry I'm a little low on facts, high on opinions. Happy Fallidays. We out.
October 1st. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. October 2nd. Labyrinth. October 3rd. Gremlins. October 4th. Ghostbusters. October 5th. Little Shop of Horrors. October 6th. Monster Squad. October 7th. Beetlejuice. Don't say it 3 times. October 8th. Little Monsters. October 9th. The Witches. October 10th. Edward Scissorhands. October 11th. Arachnophobia. Ooh, spiders. October 12th. The Addams Family. October 13th. Ernest, Scared, Stupid. October 14th. Hocus Pocus. October 15th. The Nightmare Before Christmas. October 16th. Casper. October 17th. The Never-Ending Story. October 18th. Kiki's Delivery Service. October 19th. Lemony Snickets. A series of unfortunate events. October 20th. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. October 21st. The Haunted Mansion. October 22nd. Scooby-Doo. October 23rd. Spirited Away. October 24th. Wallace and Gromit. The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. October 25th. Corpse Bride. October 26th. Coraline. October 27th. 9. October 28th. Hotel Transylvania. October 29th. Huey Halloween. October 30th. The Muppets Haunted Mansion. October 31st. After Trick-or-Treating. Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. Happy Fallidays! See you next year. Rad Flicks. Falliday Family Movie Marathon. Do you got the guts?